Let's see if that works.
What if you bring it more towards this side?
Then it gets too close to your face. So let me see. That's the best. Yeah, that's the best we have.
Okay. So how are you gonna start? You gonna put it on automatic?
I already turned it on, so I can always start editing wherever we start the conversation.
Okay, let's start.
So, the conversation is about men and women, and it's not just how they get along, but how they don't get along. And the conversation we were just having, which I thought was very interesting, is somehow we started talking about how people process emotion. And so how men process emotion and
it's so different from how women process emotions. That's very right. Different.
And one of my conjectures just now was that I think there's probably a smaller percentage of men, maybe it's 10, 20%, that they tend to get over relationships quicker because they're overshadowed by purpose. Like
yes.
There's some men who, like I was just saying that I'm more like that now.
Yes.
Whereas before it was very different. And what's interesting is I think there are probably, this is what your point was, on average more women who tend to have a harder time, particularly in the beginning, getting over their
relationships,
their past relationships.
Yes.
Because of that, because they're so bonded with the people that
is one reason they're very bonded. Plus, please remember, besides being emotionally bonded, they're invested in the relationship.
Yeah.
They're looking forward to having. All of a sudden, women start dreaming about having children, about having a family.
Right.
Like, while the relationship has not gone anywhere yet.
Yeah.
They're already imagining things. Yeah. Guys are not like that. Guys take time.
Yeah.
And most of the times, guys are not even sure.
Right.
Some of them are crazy. Like, they will see one Michelle in a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And she will become their center of measurement.
Sure.
That's the Michelle they want in this girl.
Yeah.
How could you have that Michelle in
yeah. Stacy that I met at the coffee shop that one time, suddenly she's my world.
She's my world.
I only want Stacy. Stacy's with Chad for the rest of my life.
Exactly.
For the rest of my life, I want Stacy.
Exactly. Well, you don't even know what Stacy is.
Yeah.
You've just seen her. Maybe you dated her once or twice. Maybe you went for a movie. Maybe you went for a romantic dinner or a nice evening. You don't even know her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So how could you have...
It seems like men put women on a pedestal in their mind because we're goal driven. We have like this little, I don't know if you want to call it a polka dot or if you want to say like there's somehow something that's pulling the man's mind.
Okay.
And
an antenna. I would like to call it an antenna.
It could be like an antenna. And so when men often, in the beginning, when they're younger, like Peter Pan syndrome, like in the beginning, he's in Neverland, he never ages. And then suddenly... he never ages, and then suddenly he has an aspiration. So Peter Pan's example of that was Wendy inside that Disney movie.
Right.
And so when he meets Wendy, he has a reason to integrate his own shadow. And so he starts going towards being an adult and actually navigating the world and getting away from Captain Hook, that balding guy who's inside of Neverland, chasing him for his entire life for nothing.
Right.
He's the leader of the Lost Boys. Why are you chasing him? So like that.
Right. And a lot of women, they don't understand